Hey, welcome back. It's me, Jen, with Inner Glow Wellness, here with another yoga video for you today. We're going to do a flow. So, this is a great way to warm up the body, flowing movements that are synchronized with our breathing. So, every time we inhale, we make a particular movement. Every time we exhale, we make a particular movement. It's definitely going to be a little bit more on the vigorous side, but slow, not frenetic. I would say this is probably an intermediate practice, but if you are a beginner, don't feel intimidated or afraid. Just do what you can. I'll offer a few variations for different ways that you can do things that might resonate with your body a little bit better. And as always, if there's a particular movement that we do that your body's like, no, I don't want to do that, that is totally okay. So you can just take it as you please, do what feels right for you. Yes, I'm sitting up taller so I can show off my awesome Inner Glow Wellness tank top. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So if you have a yoga mat and you want to roll that out, you can go ahead and do that. If you have something to drink that you want to bring with you and keep that close by, go right ahead. If you have yoga blocks or yoga strap or any other equipment, you can bring that close by as well. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Probably not, but it's always nice to have it nearby just in case. So let's go ahead and come onto our mats. You can come up to the top of your mat and bring the feet hip distance apart. And when I say hip distance, I don't mean the width of the hips. I mean right at the points of the pelvis, the upper outer points of those pelvic bones, and aligning the feet right underneath. Toes are pointed straight ahead. So normally feet naturally want to turn out. We're going to make them nice and straight. And then maybe just rock a little bit forward and back, side to side, really feeling the floor underneath the soles of your feet. Breathing in and out, in through the nose, out either through the nose or through the mouth. You can see Buddy, my co-facilitator, in the background, probably checking out some squirrels. So coming back into the body, really feeling what's going on here, standing up tall. So sometimes we have a tendency to dump into the low back and kind of overarch here. So imagine you're wearing a really big belt buckle and you're tipping it up toward your chin to lengthen down through the tailbone, shoulders back and down, fingers reaching down, and the top of the head lengthening up. So even though we're just standing still here, there's a lot of movement happening in the body, a lot of muscular activity, I should say. We can start to deepen the breath a little bit. Deeper breath in, deeper breath out. You can open up the mouth to exhale, or you can do ujjayi breathing, which is a really strong breath like ocean waves. We can suffocate slightly and push the air through that small space. So it's kind of like you're saying, ha, but with a closed mouth. So you're making that loud sound in the throat, constricting the throat muscle slightly. This is going to help warm your body up more, make you a little bit more limber, detoxify a little bit more. But again, it's optional. So we'll take just a couple more deep, slow breaths here, getting grounded, getting centered, preparing for our practice, setting an intention that we will remain present and aware of everything that's happening in this moment. By the way, if you have not yet silenced your cell phone, highly recommend it. Just set aside this time for yourself. Taking one more deep, slow breath in and out. We can start to invite a little bit of movement, sweeping the arms out and up, inhaling, looking up and reaching up. We can exhale and take a fold forward. If you're really tight in the backs of the legs, feel free to bend your knees a little bit here. Taking a half lift, we'll lengthen the back, look forward, and exhaling, we're going to step back into a plank position. And if plank feels like too much, you can always drop the knees down, just straighten the hips out. And we'll take a deep breath in here in high plank. And exhaling, knees drop, lowering the chest and the chin, elbows hugging in. We'll take a little lift, cobra pose, inhaling, shoulders back, elbows in. And exhaling, rolling back to a child's pose. So when the hips are all the way back, hands are all the way forward, sets us up for downward facing dog. Deep breath in, come on up, let the head hang. And exhale here. Feel free to bring a little bit of movement. It's our first down dog of the day, so be gentle with yourself. I like to pedal out the feet, shake the head and the neck. Good. We'll give it one more deep breath in and out here. Pressing back through the heels. Inhale, look forward, come up on tippy toes, and exhale, make your way back up to the front of the mat. This time, let's let the big toes touch, little space between the heels. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale, folding down. Good. We're going to bring the arms out and up once more. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, palms together down to the heart. So that was our sun salutation A. We're going to keep going and do a few more of those to warm up the body. We'll get a little bit faster and connect the movements with the breath a little bit more. So inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. With a half lift, inhale, let's look forward. And exhale back, plank position, this time in the same exhaled breath, lowering down. Inhale, cobra, or maybe a little bit higher, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. And if you feel like your hands and feet are really far away, you can step in a couple inches if you need to. Again, if there's movement that you like, sometimes turning the feet to one side is nice. And then going the other way. If you feel tired, if you're like, oh my gosh, 2 down dogs, I'm already done, you can always drop to the knees, hang out on all fours, or you could sit back in child's pose. So lots of options here. Coming back to our down dog so we can transition. Head is hanging, deep breath in and out. You can let the heels drop down a little further. And then inhale, look forward up on tiptoes. Exhale, let's make it up to the front of the mat. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, arms out and up, reaching up, lengthening. We're going to come right back down again as we exhale. Half lift, look forward, inhale. Exhale, plank, lower down. This time you might want to keep your knees lifted and lower. I'm going to move my hands back a couple inches for a big lift, upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. And now I don't have to step my feet forward because I moved my hands back a little bit. I'm going to bring a little more movement here. So as I inhale, I'm going to come forward to plank. Keep the hips nice and straight. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Again, forward plank position. Inhale. Exhale, take it back. This time I'm going to do my lowering down. Inhale, plank. Option to drop the knees or keep them lifted, lower down. I'm moving the hands back. Inhale, upward dog. This time maybe pushing on the feet and lifting the thighs up. You can always do cobra instead if you prefer. And then rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. One more deep breath in and out. Looking forward, deep breath in. Maybe bending the knees outward. Exhale, hop to the front of the mat. Half lift, lengthen, inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold down. Sweeping arms out and up. Inhale, reach up. We're going to do just one more. Exhale and fold. Half lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, step it back, plank, lower down. Maybe hover this time. And then inhale, come right up into your upward facing dog. Pushing down on the feet, lifting the thighs. Exhaling, back down dog. Now I'm going to play with one leg at a time here. So feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, right leg up. I like to open the hip and bend that knee. Try to keep the right shoulder down, pointing toward the mat as that right leg lifts. If you want to draw some circles with this knee, get some movement in the hip, go ahead. Meanwhile, the foot that's on the ground, the heel is going to drop down a little closer. All right, deep breath in here. Let's come forward like plank and bring this knee into the chest. Inhale, press back, lift. Three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, one-legged plank, knee to the chest. 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, come forward. One last time. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. So dropping that foot down, coming into downward facing dog. My wrists feel like they could use a little break, so I'm going to drop into my child's pose. Have a seat back. Inch the fingers forward. I'm going to lift up the hands, palms together, and invite the thumbs to the back of my neck. So it's just my elbows that are on the ground. And I can start to inch the elbows a little bit further forward, feeling the stretch in the shoulders and the underarms. My knees are slightly open and my rib cage is dropping down between them. Breathing in and out here, keeping that energy up in the body even though I'm not moving now. One more breath here, in and out. Now I'm ready for the other side. So extending the arms, hands shoulder distance. Let's come on back up. Downward facing dog. Let the head drop. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg up, opening the hip, bending the knee, and letting that foot drop a little bit to the right. Right foot getting closer to the ground with the heel. Left leg moving, if you like, drawing some circles. Here's Lily, my other co-facilitator. Good. And then inhaling, lifting that leg up. Let's come forward for our one-legged plank, knee to chest. Pressing back, lift, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, knee to the chest, shoulders over wrists. Two more, bring it up, inhale, and exhale, come forward. And if you get tired and you want to drop that right knee to the ground, you can. Inhale, lifting, left leg, and exhaling, knee to chest. So I'm going to come back up into that downward facing dog, pedal out the feet a little bit, shake out the head, and then stepping the feet about 12 inches closer to the face, so I might need to bend the knees here, and then opening the feet to the outer edges of the mat. I'm going to reach my right hand under and across to take my left leg, pull in and turn and look up under my left underarm, breathing deeply in and out. Untwisting back to center. Let's go ahead now. Reach across left hand to right leg, breathing in, pulling yourself into that twist, looking up underneath the right underarm and letting the heels drop as much as possible. And again, if the knees are bent here, that's okay. One more breath in and out. And then back to center, stepping the feet back for that down dog. Let's come forward plank. Deep breath in. Option to drop the knees, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Looking forward, deep breath in. Tiptoe step or jump to the front of the mat as you exhale. Half lift, lengthen the back, inhaling, and exhale, fold. The arms sweep out and up as we inhale, and exhale, palms together and in front of the heart. Whew, I am warmed up. Take some deep breaths in and out to come back to your breath. Good. Let's inhale, arms out and up. So the feet are hip distance now. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, let's pull over into a side bend. Deep breath in and out. Inhaling back up. Left hand can grab right wrist now. Exhale, pull it up and over, coming into the side bend on this side. And as we breathe, the exhalation is where we release muscular tension. So if you want to go a little deeper, you can do that on the exhaled breath. Back up to center, deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to take the hands around back. I'll turn sideways to demonstrate. Hands are above the buttocks but below the low back, elbows squeezed in, and that belt buckle tipped up toward the chin. Deep breath in, gaze up. Maintain that abdominal engagement, little bend to the knees. Exhale. Push hands forward, upper body goes back. And if this hurts your neck, you can always tuck the chin in instead. If you're letting the head drop back, you want to make sure you don't just let it go back a little. You want to lengthen out and then go back. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, fold. Half lift, look forward, inhale. Exhale, fold down, sweeping arms out and up. Inhale, palms together and to the heart. So take a 90-degree turn in whatever direction you need to face me. Actually, I guess you're not turning, only I'm turning. So open up your feet wide. Turn your mat if you need to, whatever works. Feet parallel, so again, the toes are pointed forward. And we're putting more weight into the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, hands to the hips. Arching back, again, lengthen the neck. Inhale, look up. Exhale, let's fold forward. If it's really tight behind the knees, behind the thighs, you can bend the knees a little bit. Let the head and the neck hang. Shake no, shake yes. Good, and then rising up, gazing forward, deep breath in. You'll take your right hand, move it over to the left, and then bring left arm up for a twist. And again, if one or both knees need to be bent, that's okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Come on back to center. Left hand is going to move over to the right. Inhale, right arm up for a twist. And exhale back down to the center. Half lift, looking forward with a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the hips. Let the chin tuck toward the chest. Strong flat back, lengthening through the top of the head. Let's rise all the way up. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. We can release the arms down, turning right foot out 90 degrees. We're going to turn the left foot in slightly and bend that right knee so that we are in a side lunge, warrior two. Again, belt buckle tipping up toward the chin so the low back is flat. Arms extend. Let's gaze over the right hand and really feel the length in the fingers. If shoulders are shrugged up toward the ears, you can slide them down. Deep breath in, reaching to the right. Palm up, breathe out. Let's arch it back. Long, slow breathing. The right hand, actually your left hand is resting on your left leg, right arm up and over. Front knee, if you find that it's falling inward toward the big toe side of the foot, let's press outward toward the pinky toe side. Maybe sink a little deeper if you choose. And rising back up, keep the bend in the knee as we inhale, reach right, and exhale, bring the elbow to the knee and the left arm up and over. So if you are collapsing into this right shoulder, then go ahead and drop the shoulder down, reaching up and over. Feel that line of energy from the left fingers up here all the way down to the outer part of the left foot. You can bend the knee deeper. You could bring a little movement here if that feels good for you. Looking up is going to strengthen the neck. Looking down will protect it, so you choose. One more deep breath in. Gazing down, let's exhale, push into that right foot, come on up, straight legs. Now the right foot turns in, the left foot turns out. And we'll drop into that side lunge on this side. Turning the head, gazing over left hand. Imagine you're squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you, dropping shoulders down and feeling that length in the fingers. Deep breath in, reaching to the left, palm up. Exhale, let's arch back. Right hand finds the right leg, left arm up and over. And again, if that front knee is falling inward, push it out toward the pinky toe side of the foot. Breathing deeply in and out. If you want a little more effort and more muscular engagement in that left leg, bend the knee a little deeper, making sure the ankle doesn't pass the knee. So inch the toes forward if you need to. When you're ready, inhale, come up with the bent knee. Reaching to the left, exhale, forearm to knee, right arm up and over. So again, if that left shoulder is scrunching against the left ear, push down, make some space. Option to move a little bit with this right arm. Outer edge of the right foot is like a knife's blade pushing into the floor. And again, you can look up, work against gravity's pull, strengthening your neck, or look down, protect a little bit. We'll give it one more deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, rising back up, straight legs, hands to hips, Turning the feet parallel, we can move the feet in, heels, toes, or we can jump the feet back in, give the legs and the arms a little shake. If you have water or another beverage, you want to take a sip right now, now is a good time. Deep breath in and out. Good. So we're going to do some balance poses. And remember that the earth that we're standing on is turning. So if you find it really hard to balance, you're not alone. The surface we're on is not stable and static. I mean, it's stable, but it's not static. It's moving, right? And so are we. We've got blood coursing through our veins. We've got all kinds of stuff happening in our bodies. So when you balance, there's always an element of micro adjustment. There's always like a little bit of wobble. So that is normal. You want that. That doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. And you can feel as those muscles micro adjust all the muscular engagement that's happening all the way up the leg and through the body. So let's go ahead and bring the feet together for this one. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. We're going to inhale, arms out and up. And I know you can't see my hands in the video, but my fingers are interlaced. So I'm interlacing fingers and I'm releasing the index fingers. And I'm going to squeeze my arms around my ears to strengthen my shoulders. Lengthening up nice and tall. Excuse me. Feel your abdominals pulling back towards your spine, so you're really strong through the core. And not only are we going to maintain that muscular engagement to help with our balance, but we're also going to lock the eyes onto a point about 6 feet in front of you on the floor. So when the eyes are not moving, it will help you with balance. Let's take a deep breath in here. Keep your eyes glued to that point as you side bend to the right, exhaling. And if you decide you don't want to balance and you just want to do a side bend, that's fine. You can stay here. Otherwise, let's go ahead and extend the left leg out to the side. Standing leg is going to wiggle and wobble however it needs to keep you balanced. Abdominals pulled in tightly, eyes glued to that point on the floor. Breath is rhythmic and even. Should you decide you want to go deeper, I like to bend my standing leg a little bit, and as I fold further to the right, my left leg lifts higher for counterbalance. One more deep breath in and out. Let's go ahead and come on back up. The shoulders need a break. Deep breath in here. Exhale, fold forward. Feel the blood flow back into the fingers as you take a half lift. Look forward. Exhale, folding down. Excuse me. And then rising right back up again. Inhale and interlace the fingers again. So we're going to pause here for a sec. We tend to interlace the fingers the same way every time. I'm going to come in close so you can see my hands. Okay, so when I interlace my fingers, usually my right finger goes on top. I know it looks like the left for you, but it's my right finger goes on top. So can you interlace the other way? So you put the other one on top? Try it. Let's go ahead and come back. Big toes together. Heels apart, arms up. Oh, that does feel so strange, right? To interlace your fingers the other way. It's really great for strengthening the connection between the two hemispheres of the brain when we do positions that cross the midline of the body like this. So deep breath in, lengthening up, exhale, excuse me, over to the left. Again, option for just the side bend. If you want the balance, glue your eyes to that point 6 feet in front and extend the right leg out. Again, standing leg is going to micro adjust. So I am shifting, moving, wiggling, however I need to, and I can feel muscles all the way up to my hip working. We're also using muscles on the obliques, the sides of the torso, to keep that leg lifted to stay balanced. And as I come deeper, my standing leg bends. My arms go further over to the left. My leg raises higher on the right. Try to keep the chest pointed forward, not downward. Let's take one more breath here, in and out. And then coming back up to center. Inhale, lengthen up. I'm going to turn sideways. Exhale, let's really lengthen up through top of the head and hands. Come into a little back bend. Abdominals are tight. Maybe the buttocks are tight to protect the low back here. One more deep breath in. Out. Let's exhale, swan dive, and fold. Hopefully you're still somewhere near the front of your mat. Half lift, look forward, inhale. Just place the hands toward the front as you step back. Plank position. So this time we're going to explore side plank. Feet are hip distance, hands are shoulder distance. Rolling the feet to your left. You can stack the feet. So I'm on the inner and outer edges of the feet and extend that right arm up. If this feels like too much, you can drop the low knee down for a little extra support. If you want more, you can stack the feet here. And we want to keep a nice straight line through the spine. So if you find your hips are dipping down or they're too high up, try to come to center. More challenge still, we can lift that upper leg. Deep, slow breath. So just like the other balance pose, we are wiggling and wobbling. You're keeping your eyes focused. 1 point. One more deep breath in. Let's exhale. Come on back to center. Feet hip distance apart. I'm going to roll them to the right now, flexing my feet. So I'm on the inner and outer edges of the feet. Again, my spine is straight. I'm not dipping down. I'm not up too high. And if I need support, lower knee can drop. If I want to take it to the next level, then I will bring left foot on top of right. And more still, I can extend that left foot up in the air. Deep, slow breathing. And if wrists are bothering you, you can do this on your forearms as well. One more breath in. Lower down, exhale, back to center plank. So let's go ahead and hold our plank for a count of 3. And if you want to drop the knees and straighten the hips, you can. Breathing 2. Breathing 1. Option to drop the knees. Slowly lower down. I'm going to slide my hands back a little bit for my big lift. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Right leg lifts. Deep breath in. This time we're going to come forward one-legged plank, but bring right knee to right elbow. Inhale, press back and lift. Now let's come across the other way. Right knee, left elbow. So I have to rotate my body to the left. Inhale, press back and lift. Exhale, forward, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, press back, lift up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Now this time, let's come up three-legged dog. We're going to bring this right foot to the outside of the right hand. And I know I make it look really easy. If it isn't easy, here's another option. You can take the right foot out to the right, drop the back knee, and then heel toes, heel toes, heel toes. Let that foot find its way to the outside of your right hand. Untucking the back toes, you can let the hips drop down. Now your hips might be really tight. Maybe you're up here and you're feeling a deep stretch. Maybe you need to go deeper. So it's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong here. There's only what you feel inside your body. So feel the sensations throughout the hip, throughout the legs. You can let the head drop down, and if the shoulders are shrugging, let's press them back. I like to sway a little bit here, side to side, so I can feel that stretch moving across the front of my left hip. And if you want to add a little for the opposite hip, you can lift up this right arm and use the forearm to gently push the right knee away. So you're opening up that inner thigh. You might even come up onto the outer edge of that foot. Head is heavy. If you're still feeling like this isn't deep enough, you can drop that left elbow to the ground. And if you try a variation and you're like, yeah, this seems cool, and as soon as you get there, it's not cool anymore, just bring yourself back to wherever you're more comfortable. We'll give it one more deep breath in and out. And then rising back up, we can tuck the back toes and lift right into our three-legged dog. Or you can heel toes, heel toes, heel toes. Come onto the knees and then downward facing dog. Good. Pedal it out, shake it out, whatever movement feels good for you here. Deep breath in and out. Feet together at the back of the mat. Left leg lifts. Deep breath in, three-legged dog. Exhale forward, left knee to left elbow. Good. Press it back. Lift. Inhale. Now rotating to the right, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, press back, lift. Exhale forward, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, press back, lift. Exhale, come across, left knee, right elbow. This time we're coming into that lizard lunge. Inhale, the leg lifts. foot to the outside of the left hand, either swing it there or bring it out to the left, drop the back knee. And again, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heel toes to the outside of the left hand. Once you're here, you may find this is really deep for you. So if you need to lift the hips a little bit, or if you need to lift the hands, you can come onto fists, or if you have yoga blocks, you could put blocks under your hands. If you don't have blocks, but you have two big books that are about the same size, that could work too. I'm okay on the ground, so I'm going to stay here. And then again, those variations, if you want to add on, left arm can gently push against the left knee here. Option to drop to the right elbow, or if you have a block, you could put the block here and drop to the elbow. And the head can rest and hang heavy as you let the hips drop down a little bit deeper. One more deep breath in and out. And then coming back up onto the hands. Again, options, you can move this foot outward, heel toes, heel toes, heel toes, come to the knees, and then down dog. Or you can come right back up into three-legged dog. Drop that left foot down, pedal it out. Deep breath in and out. Now we're going to come to a seated position. So you can either drop to the knees, swing the legs around and sit, or you can look up at the hands, take a deep breath in, and jump to a cross-legged position behind the hands, or you can just sit down however you want to do that. All right, so right leg, actually let's extend both legs. Little bouncy movement to the knees. Deep breath in and out. And then right knee bends, right foot to the outside of the left leg and flexing the left foot. Pull in, sit up nice and tall. Right hand reaches around the knee. Left hand comes behind to the ground, looking over the shoulder. Now, if you want a little more, if you feel like you're more flexible, you can inhale, right arm up, turn with a twist and take the elbow to the outside of the knee, fingers up in the air. Only if this shoulder does not come up. If it comes up, then wrap the arm around the knee instead. Extended foot is still flexed. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, pressing on that knee, twisting just a little bit deeper. Breathing in, breathing out. As we untwist to center, you can take this left foot to the inside of the right leg. You can either let the knee hang in space, or if you have a block or a book to put under that knee, go ahead. Sitting up tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. So if you have a strap, you can put it around the bottom of the foot. If you don't have a strap, just let the hands come in wherever they're comfortable on the leg. If those shoulders are up by the ears, slide them back. And every deep breath in is going to lengthen you. So feel the length in the upper body. And as you exhale, maybe you sink down just a little bit deeper. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. One more deep breath in and out. And then rising back up, we're going to take a vinyasa, so a little slice of the sun salutation in between. So I'll turn sideways. So facing forward on your mat, you can either roll up over the knees to come on hands and knees, or you can swing the legs around, come up on hands and knees. Hands, one hand print forward, up into downward facing dog, and then forward to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. So option to bend the knees, lower the chest and chin. Inhale, cobra, or all the way up dog. Exhale back, downward dog, and then coming into that seated position once more, however you want to get there. Legs extend, little bounce to the knees. And then keeping left leg extended, we're going to bend the right knee this time. Right foot up and over to the outside of the left leg. Interlace the fingers, pull in, sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. So let's flex the extended foot, wake up that leg, left hand around to the outside of the left knee, right hand behind. Again, if you want to go a little deeper with the twist, deep breath in, left arm up, and exhale, turn elbow to the outside of the knee, fingertips up. If your shoulder cannot stay down, wrap the arm around the knee. Here's where the breath can take us just a little bit deeper. Sitting up taller, inhaling. We can use that hand on the ground behind us to push, to lift up, and exhaling, pushing or pulling on the knee and twisting just a little bit deeper. One more breath here in and out. Untwisting to center. Let's take this right foot to the inside of the left leg. So again, that left foot is centered with the chest. We can put a block under the right knee if you don't like it hanging in space, or just let it hang. Sitting up tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. So again, option for a strap right here around the ball of the foot, pulling the toes in, or hands to the ground or hands to the leg. Let yourself fold over that leg. Now again, I know I make it look really easy. I'm hypermobile and I've been doing yoga for over 20 years. So if you're up here and you're feeling a really good stretch behind that leg without the knee bending, you are exactly where you need to be. Let the head drop. One more breath as the inhalation might lengthen us forward. So we're growing the spine toward the foot, and exhaling, letting the chest drop down toward the leg. One more breath. Good. Rising back up. Let's extend both legs. Little bounce to the knees. And then soles of the feet together. So again, tight hips might have your knees up here. Looser hips, knees down here. Really doesn't matter where they are. Love your body wherever it is. That's why we're here. It's a yoga practice, so we can practice improving, becoming more flexible, becoming stronger. We're not perfect. That's not what we're expecting. So letting the knees rest outward wherever that is for you. We're going to pull back on the ankles and sit up a little taller. Chin drops to the chest, and with this nice long spine, I'm going to turn sideways to demonstrate. Abdominals pulled in. We're going to start to lean back and lift the feet to balance. Now, if you haven't done this before, you might look a little bit like this as you're trying to find your balance point, but keep those abdominals pulled in. Keep your Kegels muscle, so the muscle you would use to stop a stream of pee if you were peeing, pull that up. Keep all that engagement here. Spine is long and the chin is tucked. So body size and shape really doesn't matter for this pose. Anybody can do this pose when you find the balance point. That said, if you have spinal issues or you have an injury to your tailbone, I do not recommend that you do this right now. Otherwise, option one is to stay here balancing. Option two is to open up the legs so the shins are parallel like goalposts. Now, if you do this and all of a sudden your back gets round, I'm going to suggest bringing the feet back in. But if you're here with a nice straight spine and you want to stay here, you can stay here, look up to the ceiling, challenge your balance, breathing. And if you want to play, then you can roll back, lifting the hips enough to get momentum and roll back up to the same balance position. Ready? Here we go. So rolling back, hips come up. I'm on my shoulders, rolling up, getting enough momentum to balance. So here's the challenge. If you roll back and you get too much momentum, you're going all the way forward. And if you roll back and don't lift the hips, you don't have enough momentum. I'm going to have to create some by lifting the hips up to get myself back up again, right? So that's the challenge, is finding exactly the right balance point to even get here in the first place, and then exactly the right amount of momentum to get back up to balance without falling forward or not being able to make it up. So one more time. Good. And again, it takes practice, right? I make it look easy because I do this a lot. One more deep breath in. Exhale, feet together, back down to the ground. So if your hips are a little tighter and your knees are up here, you can use your elbows and gently press outward as you come forward. If the knees are lower, your hips are a little looser, you might like to take the hands in front and let the head and the neck drop. And you can give the head a little shake no, or nod yes, or draw infinity symbols with it, whatever feels good here. Then rising back up, let's extend the legs. I'm going to turn sideways for this one again. And with the legs extended, let's open up the feet hip distance apart. Hands behind us as we lean back. And if you want to strengthen the wrists, fingers point forward. If that feels like too much, you can turn fingers outward or backward. I'm going to lift up into a reverse tabletop. So I'm going to slide my feet in until they're flat. I do have a hip distance space between my feet. And when I'm ready, pushing into hands and feet, lifting up, letting the head drop back. Now, once you're here, feel the soles of your feet and notice if the weight distribution is the same. So make it the same, maybe lift a little higher, maybe rocking forward and back to feel that extra stretch in the shoulders. Or maybe if this feels like too much, you inhale, come up, and exhale, come down, and move with your breath. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, lowering. All right, we're going to take one more deep breath in, maybe lifting another millimeter through the hips. Exhaling, lowering down. Legs extend forward. I'm flexing my feet so I get more stretch in the calves and the Achilles. Deep breath in, arms out and up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. So again, you don't have to reach your feet. You can hold your legs and pull in. You can use a strap. Let the head drop, shoulders back, away from the ears. One more breath, in and out. Good, rising back up. I'm going to turn this way. So to come down to the ground, if you're tired and you just want to lie down, go ahead and lie down. But if you want a little extra abdominal work, we can bend the knees, keep the heels planted, and extend the arms. Deep breath in here. Exhale, begin a slow descent to the ground. So my heels are still grounded. I'm almost pushing away with the legs as I let myself lower slowly. And when I'm all the way down, I can bring the arms up above my head. I can extend the legs down below, full body stretch here. Deep breath in. And as I exhale, arms to my sides, knees up into the chest. And I'm rocking myself gently from side to side, getting a nice massage against my low back. Deep breath in. Inhale. Good. So all four limbs straight up in the air. Circling wrists, circling ankles. Good. We're going to keep everything up except the right leg. Right foot is going to come flat to the mat with a bent knee. Other three limbs are up in the air. As we inhale, let's start to open up. Leg below, arms above, hovering over the ground without touching, and exhaling as we lift back up to vertical. And no slingshot movements here, nice and slow. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, bringing it up. Good. Inhale, open. Really reach. Once you're here, lengthen. Exhale, slowly come up. Low back is in firm contact with the ground the whole time. Inhale, extend. Good. Exhale, contract. So that's 4. We're going to do 4 more, and now we're going to hold longer. So inhale here, reach open, hovering over the ground. Exhale, stay here and push the low back into the mat. Stay here as you inhale and lengthen arms and legs even further. Exhale, slowly lift back up. Good. Deep breath in, open up, lengthen, hover. Low back pushes down. Exhale. Stay here, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come on up. Good. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, stay here. Push that low back down, flatten it out. Deep breath in. Exhale and lift. Good. One more time. Open up. Deep breath in. Stay here. Exhale. Pushing low back down, lengthening limbs even more. Deep breath in. and exhale, lift. Good job. Let's bring left knee to the chest, followed by the right, hugging in, rocking it out gently side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. All four limbs straight up in the air, right foot flat to the mat. Low back is pushing firmly into the mat. We'll take a deep breath in as we start to open up. Once again, hovering over the ground. Exhale and lift. Inhale, extending. Exhale, contracting. Low back in firm contact throughout. Inhale, open up, reach the limbs a little bit longer. Exhale and lift. You can really feel the lower abdominals working underneath the belly button. Inhale, open up. This is the powerhouse of our strength. Exhale, lift, gives us core support, helps us support the low back. So now double hold. Inhale, open up. Stay here, pushing low back down. Exhale. Lengthen the limbs, inhale. Try not to rush the breath. And exhale and lift. Inhale, open up. Exhale, stay here. Lengthen even further, deep breath in. Exhale and lift. One last time, you got this. Inhale, open, reach, lengthen, low back pushes down. Staying here, exhale. Push low back to the mat, lengthen the limbs, deep breath in. Exhale and lift. You did it. Let's take right knee to the chest, left knee to the chest, rock it out. Ah, that feels so nice on the low back. Deep breath in and out. Okay, so left leg is going to extend all the way down to the mat. Fingers interlace around the right knee, shoulders down away from the ears. And we can kind of stir this leg a little bit, making circles or maybe moving side to side. And then placing the foot on top of the left leg, so the knee is up in the air. We're going to keep this left hand on the knee. The right arm is going to open out to the side, 90 degrees from my body. Deep breath in here. Exhale as we pull the right knee across, coming into a twist. The head is going to turn to the right, so we're looking toward that extended arm. Breathing in, breathing out. Now maybe you want to bring this knee down further. Notice if the shoulder comes up off the ground. Maybe you want to keep the knee a little further up. So feel the sensations that you're feeling in your low back, throughout the ribs, in that right shoulder, and let those sensations help you determine if you're going to go further or not. Because if you're feeling great where you are, a deep stretch that's not painful, then just stay there and breathe. One more deep breath in and out. And then back to center, both knees up into the chest, hugging inward, rocking it out from side to side. This is like our reset for the low back. And then when you're ready, right leg comes down. Remember that challenge from before, interlace your fingers the other way, pull the knee in, and some gentle movement, circles, side to side. Let's check in with the muscles of the face also, so relaxing through the jaw, the eyebrows. And then keeping right hand on the knee, fingers wrapped around, we can open up the left arm to the side. Deep breath in here, and exhale as we roll to the right now, pulling that foot across. And if you don't like the left foot up in the air, slide it back so it's resting on the leg. Good. Head turns to look toward the extended arm. You decide how far you want to bring the knee down. So maybe you notice that you twist further on one side than the other. Especially golfers out there, you're going to notice that because you're always rotating the torso in that one direction. So no criticism, no judgment, just observation of your asymmetries. Respect, love, self-compassion. Remember, it's a yoga practice. It's not a yoga perfect. We'll take one more deep breath in here, letting left shoulder drop, and then exhaling back to center. Knees hugging up into the chest, and rocking it out from side to side. So now is the best part, our final resting pose. And some people like to do one more push of movement before they rest. So yogi's choice, if you feel like there's something that you can safely do on your own that you want to do right now, maybe something we didn't do in our practice today or something we did that you really liked, go right ahead. You can move for, 5, 6, 7 more deep, slow breaths. For those of us who are ready to rest, I definitely am, we can start to extend the legs down and open up the feet. So I like to align my feet with the corners of my mat and just let the toes roll outward. Maybe you want to move them around a little bit first and then let them drop. I feel my shoulders are up toward my ears, so sliding the arms down a little bit to make more space above the shoulders. We can slide the arms out to our sides, palms up, or you might like the hands in on the body, maybe one hand to the heart and one hand over your belly button. You can rock the head and the neck gently from side to side, feeling the weight of your skull on the ground underneath you and then letting it come to rest in the center. Feel your body heavy on the ground. Feel the ground supportive underneath you. If your low back is not comfortable in this position and you have cushions or yoga blocks you want to put under the knees or under the thighs, you can bend the knees a little bit. Or another alternate position is knees bent, feet together, and letting the knees fall outward, if you prefer how that feels. And we can take one more big deep breath in and sigh it out. And now marks the transition to stillness. No more movement here. No more deep, powerful breaths. Just gentle, easy, effortless breaths. Letting your body be heavy and relaxed. Every exhalation is an opportunity to release even more muscular tension. So if you like, you can start to do a mental scan of the different parts of your body, seeing if there's any tension there, and encouraging it to release a little more as you exhale. So you can bring awareness to your forehead and your eyebrows. And as you exhale, letting them relax. Breathing in maybe as you bring your focus downward to the jaw and the teeth. And letting the mouth relax. Shoulders heavy on the mat. Arms relaxed. If the arms are extended out, you have a natural curve in your fingers because the fingers are so relaxed. You can feel how the breath affects your rib cage and your belly, gently moving up and down with every round of breath. The hips are very loose and relaxed now, gently falling outward, as are the legs and the toes. Every muscle in your body now encouraged to release any residual tension. Letting yourself surrender to gravity's pull underneath. Letting yourself be heavy and relaxed. And taking this time to absorb all the benefits of our yoga practice today. If the mind is jumping around from thought to thought, as minds are apt to do, then you can focus on the sensory input available to you right now. The light behind your eyelids, the sensation of your body on the ground, the sound of your own breath, and just be. When you feel ready, you can start to invite a little bit of movement back into the body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes, raising and lowering the eyebrows, or moving the mouth. You can rock the head side to side. Starting to deepen the breath again a little bit, bringing more oxygen in, letting more out. We can stretch the arms up above the head, stretching the toes down below, like when you wake up in the morning. Big, deep full body stretch, breathing in. And then exhaling. Arms down, knees up, hugging inward. And rocking yourself from side to side one more time. Breathing in, breathing out. And you can allow yourself to roll all the way over to one side or the other, whichever side feels better for you today. And just linger there for a moment, maybe setting a new intention. At the beginning of our time, we set an intention to stay present. Now we can set another intention for our day, whatever that is for you. So you can say to yourself, today I intend to, and then fill in the blanks. Breathing it in and letting it out. When you're ready, you can use the hands to help yourself to an upright seated position. And maybe that means legs are crossed, maybe that means legs are extended, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can rest the hands on the knees, maybe palms down for more grounding, or palms up for a more receptive, open mindset. Breathing in, breathing out. You can feel the new sensations in your body as different parts of your body are in contact with the ground now. And rooting down from those places, you can let the spine grow upward a little bit more. Let the chin drop down. And bringing hands together. You can rub them a little bit, warming them up, feeling the sensations there, and then bringing one hand to the heart, one hand right over the belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Today I intend to. Fill it in. And when we're ready, we can take the hands together, thumbs against the heart. A reminder to keep your heart open today and always. And then bowing the chin, you can feel free to take a little lean forward and seal your practice with a bow. Thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, I'm Jen from Inner Glow Wellness. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more new videos coming every week. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Light Your Inner Glow, or check out my website, www.lightyourinnerglow.com. Thank you again. See you next time.